I guess that it is that software. It's that time again. We'll work on the flaps tonight. It's coming along. I mean, nothing super fast, nothing super fancy. We're gonna need the epoxy, so we'll get that over here. We're gonna need this. I got my ink for my decals today. It's no wonder why they sell the printers so darn cheap. The ink was $75. They screw you on the ink. Well, it would have been better just to buy a new printer. Cheaper. So let's work on this business here. Let's see here. We want to mate them. So this is Dan, you better be sanding. I saw you on the thing last night. And oh, it's already marked. I gotta get all this crap out of the way. Now, when I do this stuff, this is how I do it. You guys can do it any way you want, but it yields pretty good results. Okay, we don't need this. We're gonna need that. We're gonna need that. We'll need that. Probably we'll need this. We need that. We won't need this right now. We don't need this, this. I'm just cleaning off, give myself a little room because that's all I have is a little room. So we're gonna need a popsicle stick. And something to stir epoxy on. Can't get at it. There we go. I'm going to sand on this foam so I don't screw up my flaps. I was watching a guy. I can't believe the difference between control line and RC. A guy was showing his gapless hinges. Terrible idea what he was doing. He had 27,000 views on his gapless hinges. Terrible. It was an 8-minute video. I mean, I guess, whatever. You want this to be well glued on, so make sure you get it spread out pretty good. And of course, I don't have a paper towel over here. I think for after the gnats starting this airplane, we're quite a ways along. I mean, I got a fuselage, I got a rudder and elevators, stabilizer. Got the wing just about ready. Anybody looking to build a Razorback? I got a couple canopies I can show you. Okay, do the other one. Got to get the move on. It seems like getting ready to kick off. You want to make sure that you get those lines lined up. You want it, damn. You want it square on the flap. And wipe the excess glue off so you're not fighting against rubber. Hopefully picture and sound are good. Should be, or you guys would be complaining. But okay. Give a little bit more room. 5 and 1. hit that like button, hit the share button, tell your RC buddies that there's a knucklehead building airplanes. And we'll have to wait a few minutes here for this to dry. It should be plenty good. Looks and sounds good. That's great. So we can get rid of this. We don't need this anymore. Now we're going to have to new piece of 150 on this block. I kind of like this sanding block. It works pretty darn good. It's just a block I made from balsa wood. I know you guys got plenty of rock wood, so that's what I made it out of. And the nice thing about it is, because it's balsa wood, it doesn't dig in. Doesn't dig into anything. And new piece of sandpaper on there. Now this is not 150, it's 180. Okay, we don't need this anymore. Now we have to blend in those tips to the wood, to the balsa. And the easiest way to do that is how I'm going to show you here. We might need that. Might need that. We won't need this. Till I get ready to shut it off. Got some work tape here. Yep, I love it, Dan. I saw you last night. You weren't sanding. You don't get on the stick, you won't have an airplane for next year. Takes more than 5 minutes to build one. I just ribbed Dan. You guys don't worry about it. Him and I are friends. Okay, so now we got the wood protected. Hopefully the glue is dry enough. I think it probably is. It's already down there. No, I'm not going to try the doodads like that. You gotta understand, some guys just like creating. Yeah, I saw that. Some guys like creating new fangled stuff, but let me tell you what I discovered. I've tried the carbon fiber. I've tried the arrow shafts. I've tried all the newfangled stuff. The best way is the old way. Simple, light, works perfect. Like them guys with the doodads and the controls, you know, they got exponential controls and all that. Just put a light control horn in it and be done with it. I'd like to have this thing all framed up. Take to Cleveland to see, let Billy see it, but I don't think I'll have it done. Yeah, good luck. That's 20 minutes, I almost got one done. Looks to me the way this is going this week, before I head off to FCM, this wing will be done. Or in one piece anyway. Flaps installed and everything. Man, good evening, Alan. You know what? I got so much material to move, I'm going to use the 80. Almost. I could have rubbed on it with 180 or whatever that is, 150 or whatever, for a while longer, but why would I want to wear myself out? That's that part. A little bit right there. We're close. The tape was on there to protect the wood from all this grinding. For you guys that are new to that. To the master builders like Dan, I'm sure he's well aware of what I'm doing. Get it down to where it's level with the tape, and then we're going to take the tape off and finish it off with 180. Have to file that. So let's take it apart. You guys saw how I airfoiled this flap, and it didn't take any time at all to do that. Now you can feel that with your fingernail. It's up about, I don't know, half thousandths or so. That's up about 2 thousandths. That'll lock down. That'll lock down. Got some 80 grit scratches in it from where I formed it before, but we're not going to go any more than 150 from now on. Sand with the grain, get all the scratches out of it. You can hardly feel that now. That's great. Next month it'll be something different. You need to put one of Kenny Stevens' car antennas above your cockpit, your canopy. Okay. I just know this thing's going to be heavier than half an ounce. Did you guys hear the sound change? Oh yeah, Danny's clever. Bando the airplane. Okay, we got one little spot to finish here on the on the leading edge, and then this flap is ready to go. That'll have to do it. Almost did it. You listen to this sandpaper. When I get to the right spot, that noise will go away. Might as well go ahead and finish this out. Sand it with 320. Hit it with the 320, and then I'm done with that one. Of course, when I say I'm done with it, it'll get sanded again. Everything gets sanded again. When you say you're done, sand it again. If you ain't done. Not how it works. Okay. Went back. Where are you at, Marcel? You guys need to rise up because it's all BS. Stand up. Whether you guys realize it or not, the Constitution was put into play to protect us from times like these. Okay, let's see what one finished flap weighs. This is a different way than I've normally done them. This is John's way with the carbon tube embedded. I like it because it keeps everything straight, and it's going to allow me to finish those slots. That's what John wanted to do. The one thing I don't like is the added extra weight of that tube. This flap weighs almost an ounce, 24 grams. So that tube adds a lot. Plus a full-length wire. Yeah, I don't know about that. Come up pretty nice though. One. They're pushing us to see how far we'll go before we break. Okay, Michael. These are nice. I just don't like that they're half again as heavy, almost. Yep. guess everybody's gonna have to be moved to Florida, land of sanity. Far enough. Sounds to me like I'm gonna have to flood that again with some CA. Let me ask you guys a question. Do you guys like these real-time videos where I'm doing this stuff live, or do you like the edited versions? Because these get pretty windy, and I don't mean windy, windy. Sure seems like it'd be boring. Sit and watch some guy stand. Yeah, that's pretty good. If you hear that noise, what that is ¿Qué onda? ¿Cómo está? Bien, bien. ¿Y tú? Pretty close. Pretty close to getting where we can take the tape off. Yep, take the tape off. Don Main. That's good. You were at our contest. I like the real-time videos. Oh, thanks. A lot of guys, I don't know whether this, I don't know how many guys will remember. Back on Stunt. This is before Stunt Hanger started. I would say something, and they would knock me just like they do Aviojet. And that kind of got me ticked off. Because I've been building model airplanes longer than most of them guys. I said, okay. So, started Stunt Hanger. Well, I started posting pictures and that stuff. And yeah, that's okay. But I don't type real good. I mean, I'm not one of them fanatical typers like Ted Fancher. That guy can type. He'll type you a novella. So then YouTube came along, and I said, you know what? Let's just show these guys. And that's how, I started doing edited videos. And that takes up so much damn time. Yes, it will be a pipe airplane. It took so much time to do edited YouTube videos, I wasn't getting nothing built. So I decided, well, we'll do live stream. And I'll show you live how I'm doing it. Even, I make mistakes. Everybody makes mistakes. It's how do you fix them? Like that one guy saying, mistake after me. Well, that's just the way it is. It's the guy that can fix those mistakes and carry on that gets the job done. I was working on a lift gate today, and you guys probably don't know what I'm talking about. Teaming a lift gate. It's got a bunch of pulleys and stuff and wire, cables and pulleys. Well, it had ogled out it broke the shaft off. It's a blind shaft down in the hole. And there's no way to get it out. I mean, there's just no way. So there was a hole in that shaft. I said, well, we'll try threading it, screwing in a bolt, and then taking a slide hammer and pulling it out. Well, I tried that, but the threads wouldn't hold, so it just slipped out. Well, I got to get it out. That's a $10,000 gate. So, got to thinking, how am I going to get that out of there? I took a Harbor Freight, of all things, Harbor Freight 3/16 long drill bit, 6 inches long. Will you superfill that joint? No, 2 layers of either one layer of carbon veil and then tissue over it, or 2 layers of tissue. Superfill just adds, clod on it. But anyway, I drilled through that pin right down the center, out the back side. And the reason for drilling out the back side was so I could locate it. I then took a cutting torch and cut a hole, a 1-inch hole where that 3/16 hole was, and took a big drip punch and then got under the truck and beat it out the other way. But had I not been a modeler and a mechanic, most guys would look at that and would have said, shoot, you never get it out of there. Well, one of the things that I've learned is nothing can beat me. Nothing. If I want it out of there, if I want it done, it'll get done. That comes from my dad, too. I was building not pinewood, but soapbox derby cars. And my dad would watch me drive a nail, and I'd hit the nail and go, poop, and bend over. And I'd get frustrated. He said, you have to hit it with determination. And he's right. If the creeping crud, I keep saying this every year, but I never manifest because I just don't have the time. But if the creeping crud slows down, I'm going to try to make a conscious effort to fly more next year. It's tough, though. I hate getting out there and sitting in the sun. Hey, this is Tuesday night. John was on there. I wonder why he wasn't out flying with the club. Of course, it may be raining out. I don't know. You see how quiet it got? That's because it's sanded down to the correct level. Kind of a groove there. That might get super fill that groove. Okay, we're on the home stretch now. 9 minutes left. But if you watch, pouring down rain. If you watch my videos and you notice that I work an hour a night, well, there's some more work going on behind the scenes. But let's say that you work 2 hours a day. Let's say that my work time averages 2 hours a day. You too can build an airplane in 3 months. That's, the finishing is what takes the most time. I'll tell you what, I'll get this done and I'll go a little bit longer. We'll set up my printer and we'll print a test sheet on my nomenclature. We'll see how that works. You guys are interested in that. I won't print the decals tonight. There's no sense in that. But I'll print the test sheet, the proof. Cannot believe the price of that ink. God, you can buy 2 printers for the price of that ink. Next time, that's what I'm going to do. Take that printer, throw it out. Runs out of ink, throw it away and get a new one. Okay. I spray. You can spray them with dope. John and I were talking about the other night. I usually use Krylon Crystal Clear to seal the ink on the paper. 2-3 coats on that, and then cut them out. But you can use dope if you spray it light. You can't flood it. I hope that lady sent these to me in 8th scale. She didn't send it to me in 8th scale, then I got a problem. I got to resize shit. Yeah, there's a little scratch right there. Little scratch right there. That's a pretty good flap. Yeah. Your fingernail's the best. Take your fingernail and rub it along, and if your fingernail catches, you probably got 1/1000th of an inch. Your fingernail is that's what I use in mechanics anyway, when I'm feeling, different pieces of machinery. Fingernail. Yep, got a couple of scratches there. Yeah, we're gonna sand it with 500, I guess. Okay, let's see what this one weighs. The other one was 24, and this one is 25. Come on, turn on. There it is. 26. I surely melted the decals I ever tried to put on an airplane model. Well, I will show you how to do decals and not melt them. Okay, so now I have to pull this out here so I can get out my printer. Yeah. My little saw here, we'll have to get it out of the way. Get it turned on. Let me wipe my hands off here. Yeah. place down. Okay. Never done this before, but can't be too difficult. All right. So we need the big one first. He would probably do it without replacing the rest of them. We'll get them all. I think I'm going to have to run an alignment piece on it. I had to put the different colors in a different slot to see what it looks like. Psychedelic. I guess. It looks right. Man, this stuff is expensive. What a ripoff. But they got you by the short hairs. How you going to fill it? And I suppose I could figure something out. Okay, good to go. Completed. Okay. About 4 minutes it says, so it says do not turn power off initialization for 4 minutes. Get rid of this crap here. I hear it grinding. Man, I hope it's right. If this nomenclature is scaled to the right size, it'll be a breeze. It'll be 3 sheets and ready to go. I tried that guy on page 70 of Model Aviation, and he couldn't help me. So I tried Cali Graphics, and she couldn't help me. Hey, Gary. She couldn't help me. However, she had the nomenclature and said she would sell me the file. So that's what I did. I don't like the decals. My other Thunderbolt, everything was painted on. But Tank Hangersley is no longer doing that service. They were stencils that were microscopic. Yeah, still initializing. Hurry up. I'm going to pull this out. No. Pull this out. So now we can go back over here while this thing is doing its thing. But I'm kind of anxious to see what those decals look like. I got some tops today. CA tops from Amazon. Bob Smith, 12 tips. Tomorrow I should get some more Teflon tube. Still thinking. Let's go. It'll probably print some test sheet or something. I don't know. First time I ever replaced the ink in this thing. Last time it's going to be too. Yep, done. Okay. So, we're gonna, let's not worry about that. Let's just bring the file up and print it. Okay, I need the mouse. Now this is as much as a surprise for me as it's going to be for anybody else because I don't know what they look like printed. There are 3 sheets, 3 full sheets of nomenclature. And I told Cali Graphics what size I needed. So let's see. So we go here. We're looking for desktop, Thunderbolt. Razorback, there we go. Artwork. Okay, let's print it out. File. Okay, all print. Well, it's thinking now. Maybe. Come on. Yep, there it goes. Let's see what it says here. Nope, went away. Okay. Printing. Okay, well, hurry up. Chip, they could be 8.5 by 11. They could be 3 foot by 4 foot. I got no idea. Oh, perfect. Shit, I didn't know my printer would print two sides. Well, we don't need that, so I'll have to figure it out so it doesn't print on two sides, but that's in the printer function. But let's take a look and see what it looks like. Yeah, someone needs to do that, Dan. Okay, so what we got for nomenclature, and it is 8 scale, so that's perfect. Now remember, I had these in stencils. They were painted on the last time. But we got landing gear lock, flap cylinder, pitot drain, fuel strainer, the sucky solenoid, jack here, gun camera, water drain. This is all the correct nomenclature for the P47. That's one sheet. And we got this sheet. I don't know what these are. Do not lift by stabilizer. Radio compartment on the left side. Yeah, we'll get that. And then it even has the propeller decals. Hamilton Standard. And I don't know what this is. This is some type of military nomenclature. And then the nose step. But we'll paint these on. They go on the flaps. It'll be painted red and then a nose step over the top of it. But I got to figure out how to separate these sheets so they don't yeah, well, that's no big deal. Just turn it over and print it again. Okay, that's I guess that's gonna do it. We ran over a little bit tonight. I gotta eat dinner and go to bed, as always. Let me put my wing back up on a table. Get all these parts made, then we're gonna start detail sanding with 500 grit sandpaper, 600 grit, whatever. Get everything as smooth as a baby's butt. Yeah, that's a fortunate deal on them decals, and they're the right size, so. Might do hinges tomorrow night. I'll try to get them made up before we start. That's a boring deal. And then we'll plug them in. What's going on here? Let me go over here. There we go. That's more better. Little spot right there. I'll get it out. A little spot right there. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. Appreciate it. Decal water slide. Yes. Yes. This wing will be covered before I put it in the fuselage. 2 reasons. It's easier to finish when it's laying in the cradle, so I can sand it, move it around and everything. And if I start at a tip and I go halfway to the center on both sides, that offers double strength tissue in the center for strong. It becomes monocoque that way, so one side is pulling on the other, in tension and compression. If you do it the other way, put the fuselage on and then silk span up to the fuselage, you got to deal with the whole airplane to finish the wing out. And it's not as strong because you don't have double silk span in the center. So 2 reasons why I finish them out of the airplane. But as Dan said, it will work. It's just easier and stronger to do it this way. Each piece will be finished. The rudder will be tissued and doped, sanded. The elevator stabilizer will be tissued, doped, and sanded. And everything will be done. And then the only thing to finish all in one piece is the fuselage. And even then, the fuselage is 90% finished before you put it together. So I have to make the molded parts, tack them together, shape, sand, and get that ready to go. So now I got a whole fuselage, and when I go over to John's or when I go home or wherever I'm going to set this thing up, I cut the top off and cut the bottom off and split the fuselage into 2 halves, front half, rear half. Put the airplane together, glue the top and bottom blocks on. So all I have to do now is finish the fuselage. And it's 90% done because it's already been shaped. So all I got to do is cover it. So that makes it, you're dealing with a big old monster wing, where you're trying to move it around. It's just not worth it. Too hard, especially in here. I mean, this place I could touch the wall. I mean, I'm almost touching the walls now. See, wall to wall is 10 foot tops, because that's double my arm's length. That's it. So I ain't got a whole lot of room. So I got to do it the easiest way possible. I am building in the closet. Trust me. I want you guys to try to build an airplane in your bathroom, and that's what I'm doing here. And it's difficult. But I get it done. It beats sitting on the couch doing nothing, staring at the tube. Right, Dan? Okay, guys. Thanks for watching. We'll see you tomorrow night. Fair winds, tight lines. See ya.